Today's victim, 2012 Mercedes E350. Yay! Welcome to timing. Welcome to timing. So we've taken this vehicle apart. We have intake removed. We have front cam covers removed. We have a few other miscellaneous things removed. I'm getting ready to remove this valve cover here because we have a problem with this, I don't know, variable actuator, whatever the hell you want to call it. Basically, this car came in with engine rattle on startup and an engine misfire code, or not engine misfire, engine code basically saying that the bank 1 intake is deviating from the specified timing. So that was a concern, but the rattle was also a concern. There is TSBs for these cars concerning the rattle on startup with the secondary chain tensioners and check valves. So initially that's where I was going. I was figuring the timing's out a little bit and everything's rattling around. However, that may still be our problem. We're still going to do that, but we have discovered that this variable actuator is actually no good. So we'll spin the engine around and I will show you what is happening and how we determine it is no good. So we're currently rolling the engine and I'm going to show you how it jumps and how it pukes oil out of this one and this one only. And this is initially how we realized that this is our problem. So we would have done, see how it's turning right now and the center is not? Now the center is turning with it. And then eventually it will jump. Just wait for it. It's coming. Slow suspense. There it is, jumped. Just like that. And that's how we realized that this VCT actuator is the problem, and that's where we're getting our 3 degrees of timing deviation from. Because again, the center is not moving, but the pulley on the outside is. And here, I think it's about to puke some oil because that's what it likes to do. So I'm going to show you one more time how it jumps. There it is. That's your problem. Well, that's the problem on this one anyways. So now in order to line this up for the timing marks, you have your timing mark here on the cam and you have another timing mark here. They're supposed to point at the bolt. So roll her around. See both marks there? They're going a little bit more. Just a touch. Right about there. That's where your timing mark should be. So that timing is set there. The timing on the other cam is also set. I'm only going to mess with the timing chains on this cam. So now, because we're only taking apart this side, we're going to start with removing the valve cover on this side. It is direct injection, so you have your injectors as well as your coils and stuff right here. So we're going to take off the fuel rail at the back. I believe this is your high pressure fuel pump, which should be driven off of the camshaft. So we're going to probably have to remove that as well in order to remove the camshaft cover. So we're going to do that, and once I get the valve cover off, we'll check back in and I'll show you what's what. Alright, so high pressure fuel pump and PVC tubing and all that stuff is removed. Fuel injectors are removed, coils are removed, all of the bolts are removed. I've already broken the valve cover loose. So, valve cover comes off, like so. Now you have camshafts, yay! Don't quite know if this is how far we actually have to go. I'm not really a Mercedes tech, but we're going to get this done. Now, full disclaimer, like I say, not a Mercedes tech. This is probably not the way it says to do it. This is probably not the way that Mercedes guys do it. You might have a heart attack if you continue watching this video any longer, because things that I'm going to do, I don't know, probably shouldn't do. But guess what? My way gets the job done, and we won't have any issues after it's all done, said and done. So now, with my camshaft cover off, I'm changing the variable actuator on this camshaft. I'm going to hold the camshaft probably right about here with probably a pair of vice grips, which, like I say, you might have a heart attack if you keep watching. And then this guy here, to take this bolt out, you need a special socket. So yeah, I don't have that special socket, but I have some ingenuity, and I have created this. Actually, my buddy created this, but same thing. We just welded a piece, a socket into a bolt, and she fits in there pretty snug. We're going to try it. We're going to see what happens. Hopefully we don't screw it up, but we'll see. We will see. Alright, so a little ingenuity goes a long way. We got the bolt out. We definitely have vice grips on the camshaft, so look away. Don't look at that. The gear is now off, and the tensioner is off, and I'm just about to push in the check valve for the tensioner. And yeah, then we'll reinstall the variable actuator. We'll probably reinstall this bolt. It's probably supposed to be a single use only, but using it twice. And yeah, that's what we're doing. Rate me out. Alright, vice grips are still in camshaft. Just look away. So we have installed the timing check valve, or tensioner check valve, with our Mercedes-Benz certified steel plate and a hammer. It was a good time. So that's done. So you guys are going to scream at me for that. The vice grips on the camshaft, we're going to get screamed at for that. This timing variable actuator, we're probably going to get screamed at for doing that too. But guess what? It's going to work. Alright, so now we're at the time of reinstalling our variable actuator. We have the 2 pins on the camshaft right there and right there. They line up with 2 pins inside of the actuator. So, I mean, as long as you put it on straight and don't cock it sideways or anything, you can't really screw it up. So let's put it on, and then we'll verify all of our timing marks, and then we'll reinstall our updated tensioner and retorque everything with Ugga Duggas. Alright, so our new actuator is on. We have verified all of our timing marks, so I'm confident in where the timing is sitting. I'm going to put it back together. I will roll the engine one more time just to verify timing marks before I button everything back up, but it should be bang on. I shouldn't have an issue. So now I'm going to install my updated tensioner and pretty much button the side back up, and we'll start putting her back together. I just have to install the updated tensioner here, and then I got to come over to this side and take off the tensioner and install my check valve and put in my updated tensioner on this side as well. And then we'll put her back together and we'll see what happens. Alright, so we've installed our updated tensioner. We're just about ready to pull the pin. We just had to make sure that we torqued the camshaft to factory specs. And by torquing it, we mean vice grips and Ugga Duggas. So now we're reinstalling our valve cover here, and just snugging down all the fasteners. Then we're going to put on our high pressure fuel pump at the back. We're going to put the coils back in. We're going to put the injectors back in. We're going to basically button up this side of the engine, because I'm pretty sure I got to roll the engine somewhat in order to put this side into a resting position so that I can take out the secondary tensioner on this side of the engine as well. So once I get this side together, I will focus on this side, and then we'll button her up and we'll fire it up and see how she sounds. Alright, we're back together. No more cold start rattle, no more engine codes. Our timing seems to be within spec, so everything's good. So it's all buttoned up, it's running, it's ready to go. So out the door and shipped. Adios. Bye, car.